He'll do it. Maverick, jump. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Hey there, friends. I'm here at Home Depot with Maverick, and we're about to do some training with distractions. This is really important to build his confidence and build up the obedience. He really struggles with paying attention when there's lots of people around. He's more afraid of rolling carts, loud noises, and Home Depot is the perfect place to get him exposed to that. They're dog friendly, and there's going to be a lot of moving parts and a lot of people. So we're going to get started. So here, Maverick and I are walking through the store, just kind of looking around, checking things out so that we don't just jump right into training and start overwhelming him. I want him to just get comfortable walking in heel and see how he's responding to the new environment. This is important so I know where to start with the training. Now we're in the back of the store, and I'm just working him on leash to get a sense of where he's at. We're walking in heel, backing up, doing things that I know that he knows how to perform and knows how to do, and I just want to see how he's responding to that. I'm giving lots of praise and lots of encouragement so that he's engaged with me and focused on me in this distracting environment. We're in the back of the store so that I don't have anyone necessarily walking around or all up in our space, just so that I can start feeling them out and really start training here. There is a lot of background noise and things going on that are distracting for him, so that's where we started, with just background noise but not necessarily any visual stimulation, just so I can get him doing these basic things and lots of encouragement to get him comfortable in his environment and excited about training. Now you can hear a forklift in the background, and he gets a little distracted, but I make sure that I address that and then praise him for looking up at me and focusing on me and getting re-engaged. Now I'm just working him a little bit harder, taking it up a step and making him move with me, focus on me, and starting to get into the real training of what I'm expecting of him. I'm giving a little bit more corrections, a little bit, expecting a little bit more from him. I'm going to start to kick it up a notch with working on the automatic sit, not necessarily asking him to sit when I stop, but working on when I stop, he stops. I'm getting into a sit position and seeing if he's in the right heel position as well as sitting. I'm asking him to move with me in different directions and then get into the sit and rewarding for the sit. This is how I know that he's respecting the boundaries and really paying close attention, even in this distracting environment. You can see here where he still got into the sit but wasn't in the right heel position, so I went ahead and corrected and got him in the right heel position and then rewarded for the right position that I was looking for. Now I'm going to work on having him in a down stay, using myself as the distraction. Just walking around your dog is enough to make them want to get up and follow you around. Now I'm going to work on the same things that I was just doing, getting him to stop with me and move with me, but off leash. So slowly taking it up notch by notch, seeing where we're at in his training. You can see he gets into the automatic sit. I put him into a down. I go ahead and get out my tug so that I can reward him and do a little bit of play that keeps him really engaged for this training. So now I've moved to the middle of the store, and it's a higher distracting environment. There's a lot more going on around. We're close to an aisle where people are going to be walking by, so I'm going to be a little bit harder on him and trying to get the behaviors that I'm looking for. We've warmed up, he knows what I'm expecting of him, so now here I'm going to be working my leash to get that sit, giving him a little bit more direction, but expecting the obedience to be a little bit tighter because I know it's harder for him in this environment and distracting. That's why we're working on this situation and really expecting a lot more focus from him so that in future situations he is highly focused on me and engaged in the training and moving with me. This whole training session is really focusing on contact heel, sitting when I stop, and making sure that he's sitting in the right position, because often he will sit when I come to a stop, but he will be a little bit cocked out or a little bit behind me, especially when we're spinning in circles like this. He won't get quite to the right heel position, so I'm really working on those just minute differences in his positioning. See here, he's getting a little bit closer, but he's still pointed out. So I adjust him and put him in the right heel position and then continue working. Working in distracting environments with your dog is really important. It can help them get over fears of loud noises, rolling carts, anything, too many people, really anything that they tend to be afraid of in public. Because when dogs feel like that they have a strong sense of leadership and a sense of direction and something that they should be doing and something to focus their energy on, they can't be focused on those distractions or what might be making them frightened. So really working through these distractions and making him maintain that focus, he doesn't have time to be afraid of the rolling carts or people walking by or anything. So creating this bond between me and him where he knows that I'm going to lead him in any and all situations, whether it's loud and distracting or just a general walk in the park, is really important to work on, and working on him respecting the boundary of my heel position, because if he's not getting out of my heel position, I know that I'm in the leadership position and can work through any distraction with him. So here I start working on backing up with him, and I go ahead and I reward a little bit too early, and I then recover by correcting him and getting him into the right heel position and then working through that, because I believe he was distracted by something going on in the background and a little bit too worried about what was going on behind us, and that's why he popped out a little bit. And then there you see the distraction walk by, and I make him work through that by getting in the right heel position. Then I go ahead and reward for maintaining that focus and working through that with me. Here, now that we've been working in this distracting environment for a minute, I'm noticing that his focus is right on the level that I was looking for. He's eye contact with me the whole time, moving with me intently, and really excited. So I decide to end this little training session on a good note by adding again some play so that he can feel comfortable and excited and engaged in this highly distracting and possibly stressful environment. Playing with your dog in distracting environments can be a really good way to gauge where they're at, how they're feeling about the environment, because if they're too stressed out to play or not interested in the toy, that could mean that the distraction is too much or they're too worried about what's going on around them. So here I'm just running through some tricks and getting him to play with me, doing some good tug, so I know that he's engaged and he's not really worried about his environment anymore, and I can continue to move forward with the training and keep pushing him harder and harder, because I know that he's relaxed and comfortable in his environment. Also, playing is going to help him enjoy and feel rewarded for training. So this is something new that we've been working on. I'm trying to teach him left and right. He gets a little confused here, but he works through it and eventually understands. Then we reward with a little game of tug. Now that I know he's warmed up and relaxed in this distracting environment, I felt comfortable putting him in a downstay and seeing how far I can get down this aisle while he's in the downstay. He does really well here. He's focused on me and waiting for the next command. As I back away, I'm preparing to give him the come command. Working on the come command from a downstay in a distracting environment can get them really excited to come to you and really build their recall. Here I'm going to be working on sit and downstays from a distance. We've been working on this for a little bit now. The way that we built our way up to this was me holding the leash and having him do sit and downstays. That way you can make a correction if he doesn't go into the right position. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helps you work through training in a distracting environment.
Maverick.